You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, good morning. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a wonderful morning. I hope everybody is enjoying their day so far. Ciao. What's up, Choreo Lover? How you doing? How is you doing? Thank you, my wonderful, wonderful moderator. Silky Black hopped in here a long time ago. I don't know when you made your comment. It was probably about an hour ago when I first created the show. But what's up, Silky Black? She said, "Oh my God, child, bye." I don't know if she said "child, bye" to the picture that I used for the thumbnail, or "child, bye" to the title of the show, or "child, bye" to the fight overall. Y'all, I really need some feedback from this. Now, people asked me, was I going live? People was hitting me up yesterday under other videos talking about, is you going live regarding this situation? Another fight in the Mo3 sector. I don't know those people. But what I do know is somebody got scalped yesterday, and shout out to them for coming on here. And even though they look fucked up, like they look like they got jumped. Like, shout out to them for coming on here and being transparent, because I would have been on black screen on y'all asses for real. I'm like, I would have been on black screen for real. I don't know why they were fighting. Again, I don't know these people over there. I just want to talk about the situation overall, as far as just the fighting and carrying on, and the shit that you do for the tube, the shit that you do for, they used to say the shit that you do for the gram, or for the Vine, but the shit that you do for the tube. This is crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand why these people are always fighting. I mean, shit, even when I was younger, I didn't fight that damn much. I used to fight and shit in the streets and shit, but it wasn't never like on camera or something where they could call the cops or, something like that. And I never did it around my children. I almost did. I almost had one fight in front of my children, but something just snapped in me, and I looked back and saw my kids sitting in the car because it was happened to be at a gas station, just like, the 7-Eleven where they was, the other day. But I looked in the car and I was like, damn, man, fuck you, bitch. And I just jumped in the car and drove off with my kids. And I had both of my sons in the back seat. But they asses was like, "Oh, mama, we was about to record you and put you on World Star." They was all amped up and shit because they know how I can go from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds. But I did not want to fight with them in the car, especially nobody was recording, but we was right literally at the doors of the gas station, and they had cameras. So we would have been on camera for sure. Somebody would have caught us on camera. You know how it goes. You could be doing something, walking around in Walmart, going grocery shopping, and next thing you know, you on a social media page where they showing you in your mismatched clothes or your ass hanging halfway out, or you just looking crazy, right? We see it all the time. So that's one thing I'm not going to do. Now, as far as that fight the other day, some people said it was a play. Some people were saying it really didn't happen. Child, for the people who still talking about it was a play, that shit really happened. Now, the girl, Iesha, who was talking about I was fighting. She was up there on her panel talking about, look at my scrapes, y'all. Look at my scrapes. I got a scrape on my elbow. I got a scrape on my knee. I got a scrape on my toe. Girl, I was out there fighting. I was like, girl, you was out there getting fucked the hell up. That's what the fuck you was doing. Like, why is you on here bragging about a fight? That's what the fuck I don't understand. Now, I ain't never got my ass whooped, but I done been in a lot of fights. The only person that ever whooped my ass was my mama. And maybe my grandma was our little. But I ain't never got my ass whooped. And had I did, I wouldn't be on here talking about I was out there fighting, y'all. I was banging, I was scrapping. You was getting scrapped and you was getting scraped up off that goddamn ground. It looked like you was eating concrete, sis. It looked like you was eating concrete. Like, and the fact that you was up there talking about I was snatching on her door and I didn't give a fuck if her kid was in the car, her kid crying, talking about I'm hungry and all this other bullshit. The fact that you was actually doing that shit is why you got your ass drugged. I don't know none of y'all hoes over there, but you got your ass drugged. Because had a bitch run out on me on the middle of nowhere and ambush me and I got my kid in the motherfucking car, I'm going to try to dog walk, monkey stomp your ass, molly whop your ass to the 3rd degree. So my child can be watching. You get your ass whooped because that's what the fuck you get. Now, again, I don't know y'all hoes over there, but all this fighting y'all got carrying on at 88. She was up there swearing her child ain't with her. Like, you purposely brought your child. No, you didn't know you was going to get ambushed, even though you did whip that bitch's ass. You didn't know you was going to get ambushed. But the fact that you brought your child to a nigga fight, that's even worse. Most niggas carry straps. Most niggas carry straps, and you was up there bringing your baby to a fight, then swearing up and down, and we heard the whole baby on the Bluetooth, which was why we didn't hear the fight, because your ass had your phone connected to your car. And so we were able to hear your baby talking about the motherfucker. Sorry, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Your baby was saying they were hungry, and we heard it. Hold on, let me see who this is in the background. Hold on. Erica?
Yeah, it's me. I'm just, yeah, is my audio okay?
Erica, that's you?
Yeah, it's me, girl.
Girl.
Good morning. Girl.
Good morning. Child, what's up?
It was going down with Iesha and Queen88, girl. Did you hear
Yes.
that?
It was going down. I still ain't seen the footage though. Have you seen? I mean, I don't have to see the footage.
Well, if you could share the screen right here. Hold on, let me
You got the footage of the fight?
Nah, it really wasn't no footage because
oh no, I seen the pictures, child. I seen the pictures. I see what you got back there. I seen the pictures. Girl. I got all the pictures.
Yeah,
I got all the pictures. I've been sending them pictures around all morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. I got the picture. Oh shit. Erica, I didn't mean to kick you. Come back. I didn't mean to kick you. I got all the pictures, child. I've been sharing them all morning. People been hitting me up. Girl, who fought? Where's the fight? Where's the footage? Is you doing commentary? I ain't doing commentary on them hoes per se, but I'm doing commentary on the situation. And yes, the child said the child was hungry. The child was hungry. So we got one bitch outside the car trying to snatch the car open. Child probably terrified and frightened and hungry at the same time. You terrified and hungry at the same time. Ain't no, that child was stressed out. And see this lady outside the car trying to attack their mama, and they in the car starving. All they want is some food, and they thinking they probably going to McDonald's or somewhere. And even though she didn't plan on fighting, you brought your child to a fight where niggas was supposed to be fighting. And even though the niggas didn't show up, one of them was there, the other one said he didn't know where it was, but he did come later. They said that he was pussy and he didn't show up because he was scared. They said he was across the street watching for the target, recording and watching the whole damn thing. So where's the footage? Because I know that nigga, if he was hiding over in the parking lot at Target, I'm sure he probably did record what happened. I want to know where's the footage. Deanna, Corio, anybody got the footage of the fight? I ain't gonna show it on here, but I will watch it. I will watch it. But yeah, I'm like, that's y'all, some of y'all, man. And then Deanna, I know you'd have been in fights before. Corio, I know you'd have been in fights before. I'd have been in fights before. You do not show up to a fight wearing no braids in your scalp. Y'all from the motherfucking hood, and you don't know not to wear braids in your scalp when you go into a fight? You asking to go home bald-headed. You is asking to get your edges snatched out. Because trust and believe, every time I fought a bitch with braids, that's the first thing you motherfucking grab is that bitch's braid. At least a bunch. Get a bunch in your hand and you just grab a bunch of them braids and you scalp that bitch like Tahoe. Or you scalp that bitch. That's what you do. The women be about it. Corio, I don't know how many times we done sat up there and waited for some niggas to fight. Like that whole nigga did a whole cam. He did a whole cam. I don't even know them niggas. I don't really give a fuck to know them niggas. Because y'all all out there acting like fucking retarded, out there fighting at y'all age. And y'all fighting over dumbass shit on YouTube. Like, y'all up here fighting over some dumbass shit on YouTube. Now, I ain't saying there ain't never a reason to fight, but I'm not just running into a fight. I'm not taking my kids to a fight. I'm not. I ain't no way I take my kid to a fight. What if y'all went to jail, then your child just sitting there in the car seat, waiting on CPS to come get your motherfucking kid? And you wasn't even there to fight, but you brought your fucking child to a fight, a nigga fight. I don't know none of these niggas. Deanna, I don't know none of these niggas. But that shit was fucked up. And then old girl, Iesha talking about I'm good. Somebody in the chat asked her was she good in her video she did last night. She said I'm good. Why some nigga jumped on the panel? I was hollering. Some nigga jumped on the panel and said, you good? Bitch, you ain't good. Bitch, you got your ass whooped. How the fuck you up here talking about you good? Talking about you was out there fighting and scrapping. It's like you got your ass whooped, man. That girl looked like she got attacked by an animal. She looked like she got attacked by an animal. She had bites on her collarbone, bites on her breast, bites on her fingers, her legs. I mean, bite on her everywhere. Like she had bites everywhere. Big ass bite marks that went through the skin. Now she talking about she got to go to the damn hospital. To the hospital and get a tetanus shot. You might need to go to the vet because it looked like your ass got bit by an animal. I was like, damn, who the fuck was you fighting? You said Iesha has a whole husband for what hair? Yeah, she said her husband was at work or some shit because Ratchet and his girl, who they called a little Mexican Chihuahua, her ass was on she had jumped on the panel with Ratchet because Iesha had dropped his ass because she said, you lying. She was like, how the fuck I get there before you and we live the same distance away? And Ratchet came much later. Now, I don't know if the nigga was really scared. I don't know if he didn't show up because he really didn't know which 7-Eleven they was at. Like, see, we don't have 7-Elevens no more. And we do have a chain of gas stations here. Like Phillips 66, like Big Jim's, like Come and Go, like, you know, different ones like that. But if you post a picture or an area of our gas stations, we'll know exactly where you are. You can show me any picture of my city and I'll know exactly where you are. So they either don't know their city too well or he just didn't show up to the fight for some reason. And again, I don't know if he was just punked out or was scared to fight Skull. I don't know if he really was lost in the sauce and didn't really know where to go. Because he said Queen88 told him they was going to the mall, a 7-Eleven by the mall. And then he said, but I guess she did go there. and she went live after that, and she was at a different location. So he said, I didn't know which location she was at. But regardless, y'all niggas out here meeting. Why is y'all meeting at a 7-Eleven? I don't get it. Like, every time we would fight when we was younger, if it wasn't just like outside the crib or on the block, it was like at a park or something like that. It wasn't at no gosh darn 7-Eleven. What's up,
Hey,
Charlie? How you doing?
beautiful. Oh
Girl,
man, this
shit
whole
is crazy.
situation, girl.
What you think about this bullshit? First of all, Charlie, what do you think about these motherfuckers always popping up? Like the last fight I watched, they was across from the police station or
I'm
some
gonna
type
say
of
it
police
is.
location. This fight, they was like at the 7-Eleven where there's cameras, there's customers, the clerks can easily call the cops. I don't get it. Why is y'all fighting at these locations
I'd
where
be
there are a
going
lot of
to the
people?
backwoods to fight, so
Right.
I ain't getting caught by the popo.
I'm gonna try my best not to get caught by the popo. And every time something pop up, shit, if a nigga ain't calling the cops is showing up. Like this nigga did a whole cam. That's what they said. He did a whole cam. And they talk
Well,
about he probably called the cops like Cam too. I don't know, but I think the store probably called the cops. But go ahead.
the story, the way it goes, is that Ratchet was already 45 minutes away when they asked him about the fight, or an hour or so, and so they knew it would take him an hour to get there. And before he could get there, the two women went to fighting, and because of the women fighting, somebody at the gas pump called supposedly, and that's why they didn't. I'm like, y'all could still made up later, you know what I'm saying, at a different location.
Yeah, that's what Ratchet was saying yesterday on Iesha's panel. And then he also was calling Iesha to meet up with him. Like he wanted to fight her husband, and I guess his girl wanted to fight Iesha. And I'm like, y'all doing too much. And she got kids in her background. Like her son up there talking in the background. She's like, my husband ain't here, but my son got my back. My son. So now you gonna take your child to a fight too? Like, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm too grown nowadays, and I know my temper. I ain't trying to fight nobody because I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm too pretty for that, and I ain't eating that nasty ass food the jail got. I'm sorry. Hey, Choreo love.
Exactly.
I'm too crazy for that. I will hurt somebody, so I know better. I ain't trying to go to jail or prison. I ain't doing it. I ain't going. I think they need to stop all the fighting stuff. Like, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know as well as I do, Hood Table, if you're a fighter or have been a fighter in the past, you don't feel the need to prove you can fight. In fact, you don't like to fight until you're pushed into it. Now, in that situation, Queen didn't go there to fight. She didn't even know old girl was going to show up. So I can understand her point of view on that of, hey, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It went down, but at the same time, I believe it should have been stopped. It wasn't the time nor the place. It was two grown men coming to fight. Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can find another day.
Yeah, like why was she even there for emotional support?
Well, Queen was supposed to record the fight between Ratchet and Skull and make sure like everything was down the middle, you know, all that stuff. You know, just record it. That way there's a third party, you know what I'm saying, a third party there, if that makes sense. An unbiased third party. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I ain't it ain't no niggas here in my city that I would just be at they fight like that. It would just be some off the top, off the rip shit. Cause these niggas up here shoot. Okay. I mean, like the one I was talking about, he had something in his shit. He said, I grabbed my shit because some dude came out the gas station or came out of somewhere. He saw him shake old boy's hand. Shake Skull's hand. And then he said that he kept looking over at him and looking at his car. And so he grabbed his shit. He was like, I'm thinking I'm being set up.
See, that's why I don't trust situations like that. And I wouldn't be up there myself because bullets don't have eyes, and they don't care who they hit. I ain't fixing to be in that situation myself. I got family, I got kids, I got, people I got to take care of, responsibilities. But I believe that was on them and their choices. Thank you, God, nothing terrible happened. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it could have been a snooze story. You know what I mean? So thank God it was nothing like that. I praise Jesus for that. But I just, I think they need to stop trying to fight over there because they ain't got nothing else to prove. Like, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody and these people. You know what I'm saying? It's just the internet. Don't mess up your real life over internet beefs.
Exactly. And morning, the community team. What's up? Good morning. Who else jumped in on the chat? I want to read some of these comments real quick. You said, Deanna, I know a bunch of young people without good sense. If she won, I want to see the other person. They must be in the cast. Girl, Queen88, she had like some scratches. Queen88 had like some scratches. It looked like she might have had something by her eye. But yeah, her lip and eye was dyed. Her lip, eye, her chest, her elbow, her arm, her foot. She was fucked up. You don't need to go to Namo fight. She was talking about drop the location when Ratchet and his girl hit the panel. You don't need to go. First of all, go get that tetanus shot first. Go get that tetanus shot first. Make sure you ain't got any type of, because when people bite you, shit, we don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers got.
But also, the human saliva can cause you to actually get bacteria in, and you do need to get shots and make sure you get on antibiotics because they'll tell you, even if the person is clean and has no problems, you can still get lockjaw from that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Shar Love.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Shar? What's up, William? Hi, everybody. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video, please, and thank you very much. But yeah, and then like I was saying earlier, Charlie, I get that 88 wasn't going there to fight. She was like, I got my kid. Well, she did lie about having her kid, but we found out later she did have her kid with her. And the fact that you lied about having your kid with you, that what you did was wrong. Like you totally lied about, I put that on this. I didn't have my kid and whatever. And my bad. She didn't say I put this on this. Iesha said I put that on my whatever, that she did have her kid. And she said the reason why y'all didn't hear the fight was because the Bluetooth was on in the car, on the phone. And that's why didn't nobody hear the fight, but they heard the baby. And even if you weren't intending on fighting, your child should have never came. If you were going to record, you outside recording a fight, your child just sitting in the car, that still ain't a good look. And then what if this nigga, one of them said he had his shit on him? What if they got the shooting popping off at the 7-Eleven? They buy gas pumps. That could start a whole fire. And even if it wasn't a fire that got started, you still got your kid sitting in the car.
I'm going to tell you this. My son is old enough that, he's almost grown, right? But I'm going to tell you this, I ain't bringing my son to no fight. I ain't bringing my son to no drama. My son will be at home with my parents. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, hey, can you watch him? Yeah, I got to go do something right quick. I ain't even going to tell them what I'm doing because here's the thing. If you know you fixing to do some foul stuff, you don't be telling nobody.
Well, one thing
I sure ain't recording it for YouTube. I am not recording it for YouTube.
Exactly. One thing I can say about that girl, Iesha, that's what you call moving in silence.
I will say she did that. I will say that. Although it didn't work out so well for her. But
it didn't work out because she moved in silence, but she got her ass whooped out loud.
I ain't got no problem with Iesha. I love some Queen. I love, you know what I'm saying? I love, like, I ain't got no problem with none of them, but I got to tell the truth of what I saw. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know none of them, and I got to tell the truth about what I saw. She moved in silence, but she got that ass whooped out loud. Like,
she was going to get that hair to grow back. She needs some Rogaine. We need to get her some Rogaine. You know, we need to have a hair fun.
She needs some icy hot, some Rogaine, a tetanus shot, and she needs some boxing lessons.
Girl, she need to let me teach her. She's gonna be like, "Oh, the white girl gonna teach you?" Yeah, you don't know. I grew up in the hood, baby. Like I had to fight. Every day. No,
girl, we had white people in our hood, Indians in our hood, Mexicans in our hood. We all was fighting shit.
You know how the hood go when you in the hood, and you either got to do one, two things. You got to stand up or fold up. Either you gonna get your butt whooped or you gonna do the butt whooping. So I was fighting dudes bigger than me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Same here. I do remember one time, besides that fight at the gas station when my kids were real little, when this lady almost ran into my car and I jumped out the car and cussed. We was just going off back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then I realized my kids in the car and I was like, I'm just gonna jump in the car, fuck you, bitch, and I rode out. But when my youngest one, when I only had one kid, and he was about 2 or something like that, and I was fighting this lady across the street, I had my neighbor take my child. If you're going to be in a fight and you got kids, have somebody keep your kids. If you really feel like you got to fight, have somebody else. I wouldn't have my child standing out there with me, and I wouldn't leave him in the house by himself. Like, no, come on now. That's just some shit. That's bad parenting. It really is. And I ain't saying she a bad parent, but that was a bad parenting move. Come on now, you ain't got no babysitter. You ain't got nobody watch your fucking kid while you roll down to the motherfucking 7-Eleven to record a fight.
Here's my thing. She probably would have waited probably 5-10 minutes, because I know Queen does have babysitters and people who will do that. If she had waited 5-10 minutes instead of trying to be on top of the story, she probably would have been able to do all that. But I think she rushed too soon and didn't know that the situation was going to go down with her and Iesha at all. And
but it don't matter. It don't matter.
She still should.
You don't take your kid to your fight, any fight. Like
I fought one time in my own yard, and this was when my son was real little. I made my mama go in the house with my child and keep him away from all doors and windows. There was no pew-pews involved because it was between neighbors, if that makes sense at the time. So, you know, we was all out there cussing each other, you know what I'm saying? Mama, daddy, brother, everybody. So, but this old lady kept calling my daddy the SB word. And the more she was talking, the madder I was getting. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, it was on from there, and it was popping, you know. But and me and her made up after that, if that makes sense. Like she apologized to me for what she done. I apologized putting hands on her, you know what I'm saying, because she's old enough to be my mama, and I shouldn't have done that. But I don't regret it.
Shit. You know, my mom. I talk about my mom a lot. She was real religious. Wouldn't her to flee. She would whoop our ass when we was little kids, but she wanted her to flee. And she would avoid confrontation. And there was plenty of times I had to get on a bitch's neck for my mama. Like neighbors. But
my mama was a fighter, so
I'm like, shit, you just hit my mama with your motherfucking car, bitch. You better apologize. I mean, this dumb shit. I was always on 10. And my mom, she was like, please, Tanya, please, don't worry about it. Like, just leave it alone. No.
Yeah, my mama was a scrapper. My mama was a straight up fighter, and she was hood too. You know what I'm saying? But when she got older, she still thought that she still had that mentality that she could still fight, if that makes sense. And she had too many health issues. So when she would run her mouth, obviously I would take it up for her. Because that's my mama.
You get your old ass in the house. I would do that to my life.
Take care of this.
They would probably tell me that. If I was to go out there, they know I got a bad knee from knee surgery and for dancing all them years. They know I got a bad knee. And I know my son's probably out there. Mama, if you don't get your ass in the house, like... But yeah,
I'm gonna say this. We still got that mentality, though. You know that as
well. Oh yeah, you definitely do, because I'm telling you, like with my, I don't have anger issues, but I can get angry quick. You know what I mean?
And like I'm like things you don't mess with is your children.
Laid back person you could ever meet, love to hang out, have fun, you know. But I can get angry quick. You know,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I get
0 to
you.
100 and 2.5. That's what I call it.
They
I
better
can
not
go
mess with
from
your
it's like a Jekyll
children.
and Hyde.
They
Shit.
better. It's like this. Like somebody can talk to me all day long. I kind of way. I'll ignore it. I'll just say whatever, bit, and go on about my business. But if you mess with my kid or my family, you gonna see a side of me you wish you ain't never seen.
And
Because I
that's the
think
shit I'm on. Yep.
you know.
That's the shit I'm on. And my mom, she wasn't like that at all. Like she wasn't like that. It was weird. I don't know what. I wish I knew more about her upbringing. She didn't really talk a lot about her upbringing, but the rest of her sisters and brothers, even my grandma, like everybody else in the family is on rah rah. Like at least when they were younger, she was never on that shit. Like I don't understand. Like people used to ask me, "You
Maybe
sure that's your mama?" If we didn't look like exactly alike, people would think that's not even my mom. Like she's a Bible thumper, and you're a whole hood chick.
I
Like
mean, maybe she took the turn the other cheek very seriously, and the fact that everybody else was rah rah and she never had to be. You know
that
what I'm
could have
saying?
been it.
Like, it could be that because, like, if you have a bunch of brothers or sisters and they willing to go to bat for you, and you never have to fight, you never have to be put in that situation, and you're always the peacekeeper.
Right.
That could be where it's at for her. Like, she's the peacekeeper. She's always trying to keep the peace, and it could be that she did turn the other cheek very seriously into
And she
her.
won't even jump in a fight though, Charlie. She won't even break up a fight. Like I didn't have fights at church. And I didn't have fights under Holy Ghost tent revivals. I mean, I didn't fought everywhere.
Not at church, girl. Not at church.
Yes. Where on my life, on my mom in heaven, on my life. Like my child. Okay, anyway. She was a usher in church. And she was one of the ushers who, after like all the pastors and everybody, after church ended, the glasses and stuff they might drink out of, the water cups, water glass, all that shit. She would be cleaning that shit like in the kitchen. And, that was like one of the things that she loved doing. So one of the fights I was in, it was under a Holy Ghost tent revival and it was after church. And I fought this girl who I'm now really cool with, but we weren't cool then. But we was fighting and people was like, Sister Mary, your daughter outside fighting again. She wouldn't lift a finger. She kept washing them dishes, busting them suds till she was all the way done. Then she grabs her purse, her jacket, and whatever, and she comes outside and we go to the car. Are you ready to go? Yeah, I'm ready.
It's her
But
personality.
she never. Never. I can be fighting in the front yard. She don't like confrontation. I can be fighting in the front yard or anywhere. And she won't come out there. My brothers could be fighting. We could be fighting each other. And one time, Carly, we was fighting each other. Me and my youngest brother, who's the oldest brother. So he's under me, but he's the oldest brother. We was fighting. I mean, we throwing chairs. I'm throwing knives. We fighting. And she just stood there in the hallway outside my door, just shaking her head. Just shaking her head until it was over with. And like, y'all know y'all shouldn't be fighting. Y'all know
my mama would have told both of our asses up right in the middle of the street.
I'm telling you, that's some shit. Like, even my aunties who were rah-rah and were goons out in the street like that, when they boys would fight, man, they just be out in the front yard and they just be watching them. If y'all gonna fight, go on out there and fight. Shit, like that's one thing we don't do is break up fights. Okay, if you gonna fight,
no, Mama would let us fight, and then after we got done, she go, "That's what you get. Now get your butt in that room. You grounded." See, you gonna get double punishment.
We wouldn't get no grounding. We wouldn't get none of that shit. None of that shit. And matter of fact, that's why. And my son Cam, he in another room, but he can testify. When they was younger, growing up, I never allowed them to fight. Never. If they looked like they was about to argue over a video game or anywhere, put the shit up. Take it in my room. I don't give a fuck who did what. Y'all ain't about to fight up in this motherfucker. Y'all is brothers, and y'all gonna fight niggas in the street. I mean, I would go like ballistic. Like
that's
ballistic.
What my mama did.
So they never had that opportunity to just bang it out like that. And if I ever would have found out about it, I would have beat both of their asses. And that's on everything. And they know that. Like, I always, because I done had people in my family pull guns on each other. Remember I was covering the story of about a month ago, a police chase?
Yeah.
That story I was covering, I showed y'all the video and everything. That was my cousins. One of them put a gun on another one, and then he went on a high-speed police chase, and he's still in jail right now. The one that put the gun on my other boy cousin. Like, we got some thugs in our family to this day, old heads who still thugging out. So I raised mine like that. Like, no, yo, I don't give a fuck. If y'all can't work it out, separate. Just go your own way. I hate siblings when they have to fight like that. But yeah, that shit, it can get crazy. People kill their siblings all the time.
That's my mama did the same thing.
People kill their cousins all the time.
My mama,
Yeah.
if we were trying to fight, my mama be like, y'all ain't fighting each other. Now y'all can team up against somebody else outside these doors, but y'all are family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are sisters. Y'all can't be doing all that. And we did. I will tell you,
Cam right here.
We stuck together like
Tell
that.
Cam, did I let y'all fight when y'all was younger?
Hey, nephew
Cam, right
Cam.
He'll tell you.
No, she just didn't want her oldest son to get beat on by her.
Boy, whatever.
I put some things. No, but yeah, that's how we grew up for sure. Definitely, the enemies is not each other. You know, it's them other people out there on the streets, man.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama taught you right on
that.
that.
We definitely got on each other vocally, but yeah, we never took it hand-wise. Cause we watched our uncles fighting.
They know we some straight up thugs. Like when they were younger, like coming up, my brothers and cousins, they would tell them asses, you know, your mama used to fight niggas all the time, right? Like she ain't gonna bleed to fight y'all, right? She ain't gonna think twice if y'all have to raise up on her. But by my sons never did that shit. Never.
Good kids, because
never.
You're a good mama.
I know kids who raise up on their parents before. My sons never did that shit. Not like they don't might not be afraid or anything like that, but they know you lay a finger on me, not only am I gonna try to fuck you and put you down in the dirt, but my brothers and my boy cousins, they will fuck you up. So it's like you respect the elders in the family. You respect the elders. But no, Cam ain't lying. Shit, he ain't got no reason to lie. Shit. They know
the way we were raised was the same way. You respect your elders. That's why I apologize to that lady, even though I was not at the time, and still to this day am not ashamed of that behavior. It was justified because she started it, but I apologize because she was my elder, if that makes sense. Right. I should have put my hands on somebody that old. Yeah. And but yeah, way you raised your boys is the way my mom and daddy raised us girls. Was like, you don't fight each other because you family. You got to have each other's backs. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's not saying we didn't, have disputes with each other, verbally, like your son said. But me and my sister never fought physically, but we did fight other people though, and we would band together always. Mm-hmm. And my sister was fighting. Here's the story. My sister was fighting this girl who she had spit in my face and hit this other little kid. She was way older than me because my sister's 5 years older than me. So this girl was around the same age as my sister. And this little boy was with us who was like 4 or 5 years old, and she pushed him down. So my sister came out there to take care of business. Well, her little brother, who was my age, tried to jump on my sister's back. So I took him out. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's like when my oldest son was getting jumped, and I jumped in right on shit. He had one under him, and one was on top of him and beating him in the head, and I jumped on top of him. What's good, nigga? Y'all. Oh, what you say?
I was like, just gonna ask, talk about fighting. You talk about that.
Oh yeah, he was like, Mom, did you tell him when you jumped? Cameron, they be telling all the business.
Right, we can't tell them everything yet.
We can't tell them everything, Cam.
10,000 subs, y'all get the full stories.
Oh, he said 10,000 subs. But shit, even then, I ain't telling everything if we get 10,000 subs. Shit, I did a Sir King on y'all. Remember he was supposed to go live once he hit his 1K, and he never went live on camera. Y'all probably forgot all about that.
You're just supposed to show the face thing. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that.
Sir King, when he first started his channel, he said he was going to show himself when he hit 1K. So everybody was like, in a rush to help him get 1K, and once he got 1K, he was basically like, psych.
So far, Choreo, I haven't heard anything about them supposed to meet up again, the men, today yet, but that doesn't mean that they ain't gonna still be talking about it and saying, oh yeah, I'll meet. If y'all gonna do it, do it. Y'all can find a place where there's no police. Y'all live in Texas, right? So even if you live in the city limits and you have to drive, an hour and a half to get outside of city limits, you can find a place where there won't be no cops. You know where the dead end roads are and ain't nobody living there. Come on now. I know it too where I live. I know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We all know. Everybody knows where the police don't go.
I said Ratchet must not know his city too well because he said he didn't know what 7-Eleven they was at, and even though she was live, and I was like, shit, you can show me a dot on the motherfucking map anywhere in my city, and I know exactly where you at. I know exactly what gas station, shit, what apartment buildings, shit, I'll find you. But see, I'm like Choreo. I'm too grown and I don't fight, but I will fight. I won't fight. I won't plan a fight. If a bitch told me, bitch, meet me on 24th and whatever. Bitch, you be on 24th by your motherfucking self. Now, if we happen to bump into each other on the streets, that's different. I am too old. I got a whole grandbaby.
Remember
what the fuck I look like fighting?
Even if they don't land a hit and you duck it, always let them swing first. Because if the police do get called or somebody do something like that, you was just defending yourself. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And when they go down, even no matter how mad you are, because this is something nowadays that I tell people, it ain't like it used to be. If they go down, don't keep swinging. Back up. Let them stay passed out.
If you keep swinging on them, I'm telling you, like, that's more charges. Like, I don't know how they do down there in Texas, but ours up here, it can go from self-defense to
assault real quick.
Yeah, it can go to assault real quick, and you could end up either getting a slap on the wrist or really serving some time. So yeah, when you get somebody like, oh yeah, that's another thing. Queen88 said that she stomped her like 4 or 5 times. And Iesha said, you didn't stomp me one time. So quit lying. And I'm like, child, I don't know if she stomped you or not. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't see it because all you saw was stars. She said 88 was trying to choke her. Like, child, she could have choked your ass out. You could have went black for a second, then realized you was getting stomped. But that shit, Charlie, she got her ass. Ugh.
Well, she did have the mark that Queen. So both of their stories match up on that. Because you got to take story A and story B, put it together to find the true story, right?
Yeah, well, you ain't got no footage because I ain't seen footage yet.
Well, they said Iesha said that Sco didn't record where 88 thought that he had.
Well, why wouldn't he record
because his phone had died. His phone died.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So not only was her phone unable to give us the sound because it was on Bluetooth in the car and all we heard was her baby asking for something to eat, but Sco, you went to a motherfucking fight with a dead ass phone?
I wouldn't either. Ain't
no way. I was Charlie. I ain't going down the street to the gas station with a dead phone. You mean to tell me you didn't have your shit on the charger? You didn't charge your shit up before you go to a fight? Y'all do some weird ass shit, man.
I ain't doing it, but I will say this: if somebody mutually comes up to me to do something, I am going to defend myself. But I also know the rules and regulations, so I ain't catching no charges because I do have stuff to lose where some of these other folks don't, and I ain't losing my family and my freedom for nobody. Unless now, if you see me go to jail, I'll tell you there'll be one way. If you ever see Charlie in a mugshot, and I ain't never had one, but it'd be my first time because I don't have a record at all. So therefore, I know that I could get turnkey, which means I don't have to pay a bond to get out, especially for simple assault. And I already know the fine for it and everything. Is if my ex bothers my kid again, I will. Anyway, I'd be smiling in that mugshot if anybody messes with that child. Anybody, I don't care who they are. That's the only way
yeah,
I'm going to jail.
for my kids, you know, some shit like that. My kids, my family, my mother, you know, some shit like that. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not. I will fight. I will fight, and I will not give a damn. I will not give a
I will be
damn.
smiling in that mug shot, throwing up the
Yeah.
deuces because my child, a lot of people don't know this. This is something that I don't talk about often. My child's my miracle child and the only child I'll ever be able to have. And he's lucky to be alive today in God's graces. I will go to Timbuktu for him and do anything I got to do.
Right. I can understand that. I can
He
totally
was
understand that.
he was born at 27 weeks, to tell you that. I went into labor at 27. He was born at 28. I was in hospital for a week. I keep forgetting about that week in the hospital, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I would do anything for that.
yeah. And I don't blame you. I really don't blame you because I would too. Sure would.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
we be
Get me
gossiping
fucked
over
up
here,
over
Count.
mine. Shit. You got me fucked up over man. Sure.
Count Amaru. I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say that name?
Who?
Down here in the chat, Count Amaru. I
Oh,
think
that's
how
my
you say it.
bro. That's my bro.
Oh, is that bro? Is that bro account?
Yeah,
Shit.
Count Amaru. That's my bro.
I didn't know that was. Well, I've seen it before and I totally forgot the name of it. Is what it is. Hey, bro. Hey, anonymous. I'm gonna tell you this: if that was me, I would have waited at least 5-10 minutes for my people because she has people close by, and they said they were on their way, but they didn't get there fast enough or whatnot. I would have waited on my peoples before I went anywhere by myself. Because you never know if somebody's getting ready to jump you. Like, you can't be trusting people like that. Sometimes, and I think that's the thing about Queen, she trusts these people too much. You can't be trusting. You don't know if somebody's. I mean, Queen said this wasn't a setup, but what if it had been? You get what I'm saying? And there was 20 girls sitting there waiting on her. You know what I'm saying? It could have turned out different. I ain't going nowhere without mine.
The thing is, but what I heard was, and also I don't go nowhere without my shit, by the way. But the thing is, somebody has said something to 88. They've said, no, they didn't say this to 88, but Ratchet has said this to VS. I think that was this morning when Ratchet said that to VS and said it could have been somebody else, but I think it was Ratchet. I don't know. But they said Queen88 has got into it with so many females, and that's why all of them want to fight her. And they said she should expect for people to roll up on her and ambush her at any time. Like, even if it wasn't this incident yesterday where she was with Skull. You know what I'm saying? There's you at Walmart, you somewhere, and somebody see you and just jump and beat your ass. That's why I said I don't know what all be going on in that sector. I know they get into it and they argue and they fight a lot, which is something that's different from the B sector because for the most part, we do keep it online here. For the most part, it might be a little doxing here and there. You know, somebody might post a picture of somebody here and there, but for the most part, we not just, hey, meet me on the playground at 3:00. You know, we ain't doing all that shit. Usually, not usually. But yeah, if you up here beefing with some females all the time and always talking about what you gonna do when you see them and what you might want to just, you know, have your 360 on, have your head on a swivel, no matter where you at. Even though it appears that she can fight, I'm just saying.
Well, she's just for the short time that I've been around the Mo3 sector, she's been in the fight with Cream, this fight with Iesha. She was in another fight with her cousin.
I saw that.
So basically, I think that's the 3 that I remember. I think there was another one before that. And I do know that there's been multiple fights within the sector with different people, like the Cooling and Mink thing. So because I think it's because they all live so close, it's like where we in the beef sector, most of us live further away from each other, right? So we're not going to drive or fly to go fight, right? But if they live 5 minutes around the corner and they're fighters, I could kind of see where that might lead. But at the same time,
I can see that in my early 20s or my teen years, Shirley.
Yeah,
not
that's
when
what I
I'm
was about
30,
to say.
not when I'm 40, not when I have kids, and like you meeting up to fight. You got kids. That's the whole thing. That for people who don't have kids, fight all day long. Go ahead, get your rocks off, do your big one, like Lemon will say. But when you have kids, like you can literally go out there and fight, no matter how bad of a fighter you are or how good of a fighter you are, and you can end up in jail with somebody else having to raise your kids. Like it's crazy to me.
I think, and like Corio said, the black sector is flew to fight people. I know about that one.
You know, I'm flying to go. I don't care if y'all buy
I
my
ain't doing it.
motherfucking ticket and put me up in the nicest Airbnb near the fight. I ain't flying to fight no bitch. Or
No, if
nigga.
I'm flying, it's for leisure, baby. I'm just gonna have some
Shit.
fun. But I'm. That's why I was about to say, like, and also at the same time, I don't care if we live 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes away. You just got to catch me when you catch me.
That's what I'm saying. If we happen to bump into each other on the streets, at church, Walmart, you know, we just happen to bump into each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Like, oh shit, child.
But here's the thing.
Different.
I don't have, and just like you don't, we don't have anything to prove to anybody. And words are just words. Why are you allowing it to come offline? Like, and I've said this with all beef sector things, all black sector things, all three. Don't take this internet stuff into real life and possibly mess up your real life, wind up in jail or worse. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, you got family, you got people that love you and depend on you. You can't be doing all that now. You ain't in your 20s no more when you didn't have no worries. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing like you did when you was young. I can't be doing all that. I can't be eating that prison food neither. I can't do it.
Girl, I don't want no ramen noodles every day.
I can't be doing the wolf booty sandwiches.
Oh no.
You know, that's what they call the bologna in jail.
Child. Now I know they be finding all kind of ways to, you know, make ramen noodles and other shit in there taste better, but can't nan ramen noodle concoction. No, I just don't get it, and that's why I said I'm not really talking about, because people ask me, "Are you gonna go live talk about this?" I don't know them people. I don't know them people. I didn't meet none of them people until they started coming to like VS panel and some other YouTubers panel, like what's her name? Oh God, 9K3. She used to be Miss Intel. Pizza.
Are you talking about Pizarro?
Yeah, so you know, in other channels, I would see them on there, but I'd be like, I'm not going over there. I don't know your storyline going back through the years, and I'm not trying to find out. Like, well, it's hard enough to keep a track of what's going on over here.
When they first came in, of course, Coolin was already over here, but I didn't know she was Mo 3 sector. You know what I'm saying? I thought just Coolin was a part of the beef sector. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know where she was from originally, like her sector and whatnot. But then they started coming over when you remember when VS had the mod tryouts?
Yeah.
That's the date that I remember most of them coming over. Like, they'd been in the chats a little bit, but I didn't really pay attention until that day. And so we got curious on, you know, it was Sko Mysterious that popped up. And then other people. And then we were like, well, who are these people? What is this sector? Child, we went over there and I was so confused at first and so lost. And then I finally got to know all the players and their beefs and all that. And so it was less daunting. But when I first stepped over there, I was scared to step out. I was scared to put a toe down. Man, they was like, I thought we were bad in the beef sector. I was like, we ain't that bad.
No. Because they over there, they would risk it all. Or maybe they have nothing to risk. Because I can't imagine y'all having something to risk and y'all always out in the street fighting. And y'all not teenagers. So like, maybe they don't have nothing to risk. Maybe that's it.
Now, I will say, like, now when it comes to the beef sector, when it comes to like Dawson, you know, and stuff like that, and calling things on you, The beef sector is a different beast when that comes. They will find everything about you down to your toenail. You know what I'm saying? If they really want to, if they choose to. But we don't take stuff offline. We really don't. Not to that extreme. I think the extremest we ever got over here was what was happening with VS when they were following her and her kids. I think that's the most extreme thing I've seen in the beef sector of somebody taking it offline.
Yeah, because people have met up and had situations even remember the show. There are people down there threatening to fight and threatening to do this, but nobody really fought there. So besides the VS shit, yeah, and this reminds me of the VS shit. You know how? Because when Queen88 was there to meet up with somebody else, here comes Iesha. Same thing. It reminded me of the VS shit because when she was there to meet up with Kiki, here comes Shireen. So it kind of reminded me of that. That's the first thing I thought of was like, damn, you did get ambushed. And again, you did whoop ass, but you did get ambushed. And y'all be doing this shit, and it's called moving in silence. Her and Skull wasn't moving in silence, but old girl Iesha was.
Oh yeah. Skull, Ratchet, and Skull was on Queen88's live, but they were all live when this shit was going down, and somebody dropped the address, they say, in Queen's chat, and that's how Iesha knew exactly where to go. I wouldn't have done that as a subscriber even if I knew where they were at. You know what I'm saying? Because you got crazy people out here that call the laws and stuff, but I wouldn't have been doing it on live. I would have recorded it and then posted it if I was going to post it, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have did it directly on live because that's something that the Mode 3 sector needs to understand. I don't think they've seen this before, but like we were talking about a couple weeks ago in the gamer section where they swat people and stuff, that's how they do it. They wait till the person's on live to do stuff like that to people. You get what I'm saying? Somebody drops an address, blah, blah, blah. They call.
And then they be like, hey, this person down there, they got this or they got that, and they about to do this and that. Get there fast.
Yeah, all they got to do is make up a fake lie and call the popo and say it's something severe, and then people pass away that way. And this internet ain't worth it.
It ain't not. Worth it. It's not.
Hey, Black Bombosity.
It's not. And Char said, I'm not leaving mine at home to go to a fight. Child, I ain't did that since I was a very, very, very young parent. And the last time I did that, it was a situation. I was at home with my babies and at home with my baby. And because that's when I still had just my oldest. And my brothers, they had spent the night because my brothers, once I started living on my own, they always wanted to be at my house. Like they want to get away from mama because she's real strict and, they want to get away from trying to be put in church every day, all that kind of shit. So they would kick it at my house where they know they can have fun. And I left my kid with them that night because somebody hit me up like, Tanya's going down. We got to meet such and such. She about to get jumped. So we got in the car. We go pick up somebody else. We go pick up somebody else. We go pick up something else. And then we go down to where the shit happened. It was so many police down there. Charlie, after that night, after what happened that night, I swore to God, if you get me home safe tonight, I promise I will never do this shit again. I mean, that's how extreme it got without going into all the details. But I mean, we were throwing shit on the side of the road. Like it was bad. It was bad. And then I got home and I'm thinking, why the fuck am I still out here in the streets like this? Why am I still up to ride at 2, 3 in the morning? Like, I got a whole baby. But see, that was my mentality in the streets with my family and shit. That was just our surroundings. That's what we grew up doing. So it didn't hit me. And that's why I'm like, these people on here, they much older than I was. Like, y'all old. Y'all might not be 50 and 60 and 70, but y'all still old enough to know better. And y'all got kids at home. It's crazy. And what's up, Corio Lover? Corio said something in the chat about is they trying to say this dude was just like Cam.
Well, I was I was just gonna say you are far back. You're too far back in your chat, girl.
Yeah.
How am I too far back? Because I'm looking at shit I don't see.
You're not caught up. That's what I mean.
I know. I'm going back to see stuff that I missed.
I know, boo. I just wanted you to know. But also, I was saying the black sector swatted all the time. And to me, that means you're trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the majority of, well, let's just say the Mo3, the black sector, and the B sector, they're black spaces for the most, not what, 98% probably. And so when you're swatting people, there's a big chance you could get killed even if you're sitting on your couch with your cell phone in your hand talking on your phone. So to me, it's all a little bit too much. And
it's a dangerous game.
Yeah, and that's why I would never have my own channel, because you never know who's up in the clouds watching that has never even dropped down, that that are a little bit have a few mental challenges, or somebody's swatting you. It's just not worth it. Things have, the B sector, you get, like you guys said, you get doxxed. They might show pictures of your family. They might put a court case on you, and that's just here in the last couple years. But we don't do all that shit, and now these people are integrating into the B sector, and so you just never know. You never know. And to me, people say, no, it gives us more content, and I can't just fight with the same people I've been fighting with for the past, 5 years. But look at the flip side. You know what I mean? I mean, the black sector traveled all the time to fight. They catch flights. I forgot, was it Jazzy or was it? I think
Jazzy took the damn Uber. Remember, she took an Uber or some shit.
Uber, and I think she's the one that flew to like two different cities to fight. She took a flight.
You didn't fight that one Uber one. Did she fight any of them? Like really fight?
They wouldn't come outside. Remember, they wouldn't come outside. They kept both of them called the police.
Oh, see, the one I saw was when she did the Uber, and the girl was in the house on the phone, and she was showing pictures of her straps.
Yeah,
then
but
she had like 2 or 3 of them.
She flew into that city and then called an Uber to her house.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know it. And remember, she was walking up and down the street live.
Yeah.
I'm here. And the girl who she was arguing with and who wanted to fight
was
looking out her window and called the police. So, it's just not even living in the same city.
And that's still stupid. That's stupid too. Like, you invite somebody to a fight, Cam, and then you don't even like this girl came to your house. Now that's one thing I said this, even though I'm kind of old. I'm like, I said this when that bitch came to her house. If you come to my house, it's on and pop. You don't know what's gonna happen. You might come to fight me and just get your ass dog walking the street by my whole neighborhood.
You still don't have to go outside, and you still get arrested. Because somebody walking up and down your street, you just call the police. But when you leave your house and walk to the fighter, you're going to go to jail.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be, but see, my thing is, if you calling somebody to your house to a fight, why are you doing that if you're not going to fight?
Well, I don't think she called her to come to her house. I think they were just arguing. And
no, that girl, that's one thing I do remember. She did tell her to come get this ass whooping. She invited her basically for a fight.
Okay, but still, if she'd have went outside, she would have been the one and touched her.
Yeah, she
she'd have
could
got
have.
in
If somebody
trouble.
called the cops, yeah, she could have if they
She
got
called the
caught.
cops. She called the cops, girl. She was
I know, but
speaking.
I'm saying if nobody would have called the cops and she went out there to fight her, I said it's a possibility the cops still could have came. But in this situation, she called the cops. Like I don't know. I ain't never had a cop pull up on me in any fight. But
Me either.
it's weird how these people be having these fights and the cops is always there. Like, is they just posted across the street waiting on y'all to fight? Like, it's like
I think
somebody's
it's
always
because they're
calling the
going.
cops or something.
They're
Well,
going.
they put.
Excuse me.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Charlie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say in a lot of these situations, they're going to places to where it's cop heavy. I'm like, why would you do that?
That's what I was going to say. Who does it at a 7-Eleven? You know, people at the gas pump, the workers inside, some people that are coming there just to grab some chips. You got all kinds of people that are called the police. Why would you do it at a 7-Eleven? It makes no sense to me. I'm
Especially when
not.
you know the places where they be and where they don't be, so you know
Right.
where you're, you can fight and there's less cop activity, or you could possibly go to because a lot of those people live in Texas. I know there's back roads over there. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They can at least go to
Yeah.
a park. They can go near an abandoned building. They can go in an alley. They can go like they always fighting out in public by police or police stations or schools or library. They always going. I don't get it. Like it's weird. Like y'all want to fight, but then y'all going where y'all could get in trouble, like really get in trouble and get arrested. It don't make no sense. And Black Mamba, what's up in the chat? Just I saw Black Mamba in VS chat and I was hollering. Black Mamba had me cracking up. See, I be trying to do like choreo and be like, watch the chat, the chat's where it at. When Black Mamba said the damage had me balding my eyes out. And then Black Mama said, you pull up and your top goes missing. Child, I was in VS chat hollering. Black Mamba is funny. I don't know who that is, if they from Mo3 or what, but when they said it had me balding my eyes out, I was dead. I was like,
I told you them chats is where you need to read. Them chats be undefeated.
it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Recently,
but
I've
the
seen
head.
something that's been going on in those chats. Some reason there's been these people coming in dropping people's addresses and stuff.
What?
I've had to block. Yes, in chat. I've had to block so many people or delete their comments out. Have you seen me posting? I'll be like, do not. I don't care if it's the corner store's address. If you post any address in this chat, I'm fixing to block you. Like, I have literally had to say that 3 or 4 times.
And whose chat was that in?
That was MVS's.
Oh,
2 days
that's
in a row.
because they'll blame that shit on her too.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna let that happen. You ain't doing that. No. That's just like if they tried to do it over here. I ain't letting them do it over here neither.
No, if I don't see it and somebody drop a Addy, please delete and block. On site, delete and block. On site. Okay. And what's up, Pretty Black TV? How you doing?
But if you block, it deletes their comments anyway.
Yes. And then somebody, what do y'all think about this? Choreo, I'm gonna ask you and Charlie. What do you think about somebody said she needs to stop running to men's fights and let these men do what they need to do by themselves? Like they say that she's always at men's fights or always. I don't know. I don't know these people like that. So I don't know. But me personally, I told Charlie that earlier. I'm not going with no niggas till they fight. Like I don't understand. And niggas should be going to females fights. Like why is y'all integrating like that?
I don't know that she's ever showed up to any other males fights. Maybe I've missed some things because I mean I've only been around them for 6 months or more, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And their stuff's been going on for years now with them. So I don't know if I missed something, but I don't think she's always showing up to men's fights necessarily. That's the only one I've known her to do. Most of her fights are her own.
Yeah, well, that's what somebody said in the chat. Like I said, I don't know them like that, but I did say earlier. I agree with you, Joy Barnes. What's up? She said I didn't see the fight, but I ain't going nobody. It was flowing braids, and that's one thing I said. Joy said only an idiot would do that, and that is your opinion and my opinion. I would never get in a fight with braids, like flowing braids. No way, no sir, no ma'am.
You didn't
Because
tie
I
them up
told plenty of bitches.
beforehand.
That's the first thing I go for when I fight girls with braids. I go for them braids.
She didn't think to like put a wrap around her hair or something.
I'll be having a braid full in one hand and I'll be punching with the other hand.
See, that's why I always put my hair up. And I'll tell you another thing: if you ever had to fight, just advice. Put some Vaseline on your face so they hand saws off and they don't tear your skin. Just saying.
So when they try to bite you, they just bite a whole thing of grease.
Yeah. Also, when somebody hits you, a lot of people don't know this. If it's just skin on skin, it'll tear your skin. That's what boxers do to keep their skin from tearing. They put a little Vaseline so when the skin goes around, it just slides off instead of pulling your skin and possibly busting it.
Right. Well, I ain't never did the Vaseline thing. I ain't saying don't do it. A lot of people do it. I ain't never did the Vaseline thing, and I just ain't never had no bruises because I ain't give a bitch a chance.
Same. I ain't never done it because I ain't never had to, and usually my fights happen to the spur of the moment, and I didn't it wasn't planned. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, they used to call me Tasmanian Devil. Shit, I get the fight, and that's another reason why my mom never broke up my fights, because you will get hit too. Love you, mama. But get the fuck out my way.
There ain't but a few people who can break me up when I fight, and that's people I really truly love and care, because I black out and see red. And the only people who could step in front of me during that time is someone I love, because I won't put my hands on somebody I love.
And see,
even in that state.
I'll be gone. I'll be in a whole nother zone, and ain't nobody breaking up my fight. I don't give a fuck who you are. Ain't nobody breaking up my fight. Nope.
Hey, Nessa.
You can handle me later. You can handle me later. But at this moment in time, ain't nobody breaking up my fight. Because one thing that happens, I done had this before, where somebody tried to pull me off a bitch and a bitch run a bow. Because somebody broke up the fight, and then the other person getting their licks in on me. Like, no, fuck that shit. Nope.
Oh yeah, if you're a stranger, don't grab me, because I'm gonna punch you, because I don't know you like that. I think I'm getting jumped.
I don't give a fuck. Grandma,
well,
daddy.
You think you're getting jumped if you think about it, because you in a fight and somebody's grabbing you. You don't know who that person is at first.
But when you really in a fight, I'm going for the kid. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm just that one. You don't want to fight. Like that girl, like I'm telling you, I used to bang, like for real, like no holds barred bangs. Like it's nothing goes. Shit, I'm a Debo your ass, grab a brick. We fighting in this bitch, a hood fight, a real hood fight. And if anybody jump in the way, it's whatever. I don't be thinking, oh, that's mama, let me stop. Nope. Nope. And my mom know better. Like I love her to death, but she know better. Shit, that's one thing. Me and my mom, we ain't never been the same. We ain't never been alike. We thought totally different. And that's one thing that we could probably agree on. Don't jump in my fight. Because it is what it is. You might get swung on. It ain't intentional.
The only way I jump in your fight, baby girl, is if somebody was trying to jump you and I'm helping.
If you was getting jumped, right. If you was getting jumped, then I'm jumping in. Or like that fight when I fought Kiki, my bro know who I'm talking about. That fight when not the Kiki on here, but a Kiki from our hood, and I beat her ass, and she was out of her clothes and everything when I finished whooping her ass. I mean, I went Tasmanian Devil on that bitch. Didn't see shit, but I saw her ass with no clothes on afterwards, and all the dudes talking about, oh my God, her boots is out. Her friends who was standing on the corner never jumped in. It was a fair fight. They dragged her ass out of there when it was over with. They didn't even jump in. But I had all my homeboys and my brothers there by the basketball court ready to jump if any of them bitches would have jumped in. But I fight.
See, that's why I say you always got to have some of your people with you, even just to keep it a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody that knows anything, if you're from the hood, if you could sit there and think it's going to be a one-on-one, and then they bring 10, 20 people, and at that point, you can fight all you want, but you can't fight against 10, 20 people by yourself. You can try. You might knock 3 or 4 of them down. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, they're going to dogpile you.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you always bring somebody with you or 1 or 2 people so you straight in a situation. But I
If
ain't
you
going to
are
fight
planning a
nobody.
fight, right? If you are
Yeah.
planning a fight, but if it's just out the blue, and you better fight for your life. That's all I gotta say. Fight or run, fight or run. I hope you got some good track shoes, because if you about to get jumped and you don't think you can hold them all, I hope you can run. Shit, or have a weapon on you, or have
You
a
better
weapon
pull
on
some
you.
Usain Bolt stuff on their butts.
Unless somebody try to jump me, I'm gonna pull my 9 milli out on their ass. Shit, what you want? Who first? Shit.
That's why I always either carry my piece or I always have a knife on me, because you never know what's gonna happen nowadays. You can't trust this world.
Girl, I be having my girl. What was we at the other day? I went somewhere and I was walking out the house. Oh, my son, my oldest son, no, my youngest son's girlfriend, Cam's girl. She was taking me somewhere because a lot of people was parked behind my car and I need to go to the grocery store. And she was like, I can take you. And I was like, okay. So I went in there and I grabbed all my shit and I put the shit on the table in the living room. I got my mace. I got my mace, not my mace, but my taser. She was like, we just going to Walmart. Oh.
I was like, I stay ready.
This was last week, girl. This was last week. I said, okay, I got my taser. I got my shit. I got my girl. She's like, we just going. Where are we going? We going to Walmart, right?
You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You don't never know. Like, that's what these young kids don't understand. Like, we're getting older. We know that we can't fight the same way we used to when we was kids. And you never know nowadays what you're going to run into. You could be going to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Not bothering a soul. And some stuff pop off.
Yep. Hey, NASA.
But I gotta go, beautiful. I gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the store. I love y'all.
Girl, pick me up something. Okay, I can pick me up 40 ounce. Some 40 ounce.
I got you.
Okay, some OE. Nah.
Some OE. You want me to get? I gotta get the paper bag around. I don't even know if they still sell it, the old
Do they still sell
ounces? They gotta sell that stuff still. So yeah, I had to get the paper bag wrapped around it and everything.
So they still sell 40. Girl, I ain't had a 40 ounce in child. I don't remember last time, but yeah, head to the store. I'm about to get off of here. I will be live later though, but that's for all the Ruthless TV show fans. I'm gonna be live with Big Man TV and girl, Big Man TV was like, "You like Ruthless? I watched Ruthless. Why you didn't tell me? Hold on. Somebody sent me something.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Did we get breaking news?
Hold on. Let me see what this is. What is this? Oh, she got her T shot. She went and got her tetanus shot. Somebody said, okay.
I would, because you never know, man. It don't matter if the person's clean or not. That stuff, because of bacteria, can give you lockjaw.
Let me see what's going on here. Maybe I missed it. Hold on. Who feet do Pressurelicious be having on her thumbnail? Like, who feet are those? And those
I don't know. Let me look, because I can't remember.
Did you watch her video last night when she was talking about the fight and showing her?
Yeah, I saw right when she went live. I was over there in the bushes.
Well, she kept showing this picture of somebody's feet and these flip-flops, and the toes look horrible. I'm like, who foots?
Is them supposed to be?
I'm like, who foots are them? Is that Queen88? Is that somebody else? I don't know. But yeah, for the people who like the Ruthless TV show, I'm gonna be live tonight with Tia and Big Man TV at 7 p.m. to review the latest episodes of Ruthless. So that's for the people who watch the Tyler Perry TV show called Ruthless.
I'll be watching, but I don't be watching the show. So
Yeah. The
you
show
have
is a lot. It's a lot. Some people can't take it. So I can understand that.
I just ain't did it yet. I just ain't did it yet. I need to sit down and do it. But
Yeah.
you have a good and beautifuls, and hugs to everybody in chats, and I'll see y'all later.
Yes, hugs back to you. Love you, boo. Thanks for joining me.
Bye.
Yay. Nessa said, hold up. Nessa said, I think that's supposed to be faux tees and black lax. Oh, okay. Iesha, AK Patches, called it a techno shot. Yeah, they was in the chat talking about techno shot. They said, you mean techno shot? She was like, techno, whatever. That shit was funny. Oh God, y'all had me cracking up. Y'all in the chat, y'all be way more entertaining in people's chats than the show itself. But yeah, somebody also said Ratchet had something on him. He even said it in himself that he put his hand on his shit when he thought he was being set up. But they was like, he a whole felon. So what he doing with a strap? So you down there, you a whole felon. Their words, not mine. And you got a strap in your car? Child. Anyway, we gonna eat off of it. Y'all keep doing ratchet ass shit. No pun intended. But we gonna eat off of it and we gonna talk about it because y'all put it out here, right? That's how it goes. So anyway, on that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I don't know if they ever gonna put the footage of the fight out. If they do, somebody please leave me the breadcrumbs underneath my video or hit me up on IG, the Hood Table on IG, and let me know where I can watch the video because I would love to see Queen making her eat that concrete. Because, well, I'm telling you, she came home looking like she got beat up by an animal. I was like, God damn, you got more bites on you than a damn sandwich. Like, what the fuck? Child. Anyway, y'all, like and share the video. Support the Hood Table if you can, if you want to. $402. I mean, $, the Hood Table 402. There it is right there. $, the Hood Table 402. If you want to be a blessing to the host for the commentary, please. Thank you. If you feel like it, no pressure. No pressure. Woo. But anyway, a lot of bite marks. That was a lot of bite marks. They made me realize I really don't be doing hood rat ish. Girl, I ain't even gonna lie. Being from the hood, I did hood rat shit back in the day. I did ghetto ass, ratchet ass shit back in the day. But as I got older and as my children got older, I didn't want them to see me live like I was a teenager. So, and I didn't want them acting like that because what you do in front of your kids, your children will do. You can say, do as I say and not as I, you know that old saying. Kids will do exactly what the fuck they see you doing. Smoking, drinking, fucking a lot of motherfuckers, having niggas running out your house, fighting, selling your food stamps, not paying your bills, dropping out of school. I mean, your kids will end up doing the same shit y'all doing. Okay, so y'all gotta watch that shit. Fighting in front of y'all kids and carrying on in front of y'all kids. And even if you ain't fighting in front of y'all kids, y'all up there dragging bitches and cussing like sailors and talking about fighting and meet me here, drop the location and the Addy, and y'all kids are sitting right in the background. Like, if that ain't some hood rat ass shit, child. Anyway, I could go on and on about that shit, that childish behavior. Like and share the video. Cash App the Hood Table 402. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out.